Hi friends, it's Holly Jones from Mrs. Jones Stitches. Welcome to Flosstube 46. Today is Sunday, January 26, 2025. Thanks for joining me today. If you are new to my channel, this is a channel about cross stitch patterns, fabric, thread, things I'm working on, things I've bought, plans I'm making, all the things. So welcome. It has been a busy couple weeks around here. I had the flu. And then I was feeling better, and then my husband and I took a trip. We met my aunt and uncle, and we shopped and ate good food and celebrated a birthday and did all sorts of really fun things. And then we came back. We had like the worst travel experience. It was crazy. So we met them in Washington, D.C. and just kind of spent the weekend there and had a really good time. But getting there, we had flight cancellations. We landed in Houston, and our flight was canceled to DC. So we had to reroute through Savannah and then fly into Dulles. And then on the way back, our flight got delayed like 3 times. And then we got stuck in Houston and had to spend the night in a hotel with no luggage, no clothes, no makeup, nothing, except what we already had on, obviously. And then made it home a day later. So it was kind of a train wreck, but we had a really good time. We got to visit, play board games, hang out, have a lot of fun. So it was a lot of fun. So we came back, and then on Friday, my little one, Parker, he's 5. I got a call from the school saying that he had 102 fever. So I picked him up and we went straight to the doctor's office, where he was diagnosed with strep and flu A. And let me just tell you, it's the worst when your kids are sick. Selfishly, I soaked in every bit of those snuggles that he wanted to give me. All he wanted was to be held and to watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and Paw Patrol. So we spent Friday night and pretty much all day yesterday snuggled up and, getting him medicine and trying to control that fever. But he's doing a lot better today. He is out playing a little bit. So thank you for the prayers I posted on my social media, and golly, I'm exhausted. But I really wanted to film a video because I have a lot to share. So if you've been following me, I am stitching a year of Blackbird. Now, what that means for me and my interpretation of that is that my focus this year is going to be Blackbird Designs pieces. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean I might not stitch something else also. But I always want to have a Blackbird piece going. I love the pieces. I think they're just timeless and they're so beautiful. And I have a huge Blackbird collection. If you'd like to see that, I actually broke it up into 3 separate videos, and I have them posted on my YouTube channel. You can go back. I think I call them a Blackbird Parade, but there's 3 parts. So it's a long video. So I had to break it up. But anyway, lots and lots of really good stuff there. So let me show you what I'm working on right now. I actually have a couple of things that I'm working on. So I have seen a lot of people who are participating in the Anniversaries of the Heart with Carrie from Tiger Lily Designs and Jessica the Sweetwater Stitcher. So I am not participating in the stitch along the way it is traditionally going to be. Some people are stitching them separately, some people are stitching them all together, some people are stitching 9 out of the 15 or 12 out of the 15. I've loved this piece for a really long time, and I really wanted to stitch it. So I'm just stitching this one for right now. But it's just so pretty to me. I am doing a full color conversion, so mine will not look like this at all. So let me show you what I've got so far. made my own little like design board. So here's what mine looks like. I went with a pink and red house, and my fabric is 32 count frog gray. I wish I could tell you the designer or the dyer for this fabric, but I actually picked this piece up when I was on vacation in Pensacola, Florida at a needlework shop, and I have no idea the dyer of this. So anyway, here's a closer picture of the piece. I am doing, like I said, a full color conversion. So here is just a little bit of the colors that I'm using. Really fun. So I'm really looking forward to getting that done. It's been really fun to work on. I love stitching houses. There's just something so comforting to me about stitching houses. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the fact that I've lived in like a ranch single-story house my entire life, and I just think two-story like houses and shaker box houses are just so charming, but I love stitching houses. And usually whenever I stitch a house and I share pictures on my Instagram, I always use the hashtag let's build a house, because that just sounds kind of fun to me. So anyway, so I have that. I am working on that still. I did have a finish, and it's not fully finished, and I wish I could remember the name of the book that it's in, and I cannot. But it is, and I went through my stash and I don't know where I put the book. So I know I'll find it. I mean, obviously I know it's here somewhere, but anyway, it's a book. It's about this big, and it has some Christmas designs in it, and they're all turned into strawberries. So the one that I started and finished is this one right here. It is called Dancing Sugar Plums, and it is so pretty. This fabric is 28 count pink salt by Color and Cotton. I actually picked it up almost 2 years ago at their store opening, and I've just kind of held on to it, waiting for the perfect piece. It's a really pretty kind of pinky mauve color, and this is what I stitched on when we were traveling. It was a really easy piece. I think it only uses like 4 or 6 thread colors that I chose. I did do a color conversion. I did stay similar to the called for, but I did kind of brighten it up a little bit. Anyway, I love it. It's really cute. It fits in a 7-inch hoop, so I wasn't going to have to be moving my fabric a lot, which is one thing that I always try and take into consideration whenever I stitch and I'm traveling, because if I have to move the hoop, then typically what I do is I take it out of the hoop and I spray it and I re-iron it so it's nice and taut in the hoop. So anyway, that was one of the factors when I stitched this, was I'm not going to have to take it out of the hoop and, you know, move it and iron it and stuff like that. So anyway, I think I'm going to try my hand at turning this into a strawberry. I've never done a strawberry finish before, so I'm really looking forward to that. Another option I think would be really cute is getting like a wooden oval shaker box and mounting this on like an oval cutout, and then you can put it on the top of the box. So I'm going to try my hand at a strawberry, and if it doesn't work, then maybe I'll see what else I can do with it. But fingers crossed for a strawberry finish for this guy. And then another thing that I have been working on is out of this book here called For My Friend. This is out of print, but one thing I love to do is I have a dough bowl on my dresser in our bedroom, and it is filled with cute little kind of pillow finishes that I've made that celebrate love and celebrate, you know, whether it's for our anniversary or for Valentine's, or like the anniversary that we started dating, things like that. I love doing little love pillows, and I keep them in a dough bowl on our dresser, and we don't do anything with them. They're just pretty. So I'll have to grab those and share those here with you in this video. But I haven't done one in a little bit, so I decided that I was going to do this one right here. It is called 2 Hearts Tag, and it says 2 hearts stitched as one. And they finished theirs in a tag. I'm not going to finish mine in a tag. Mine's going to be a little pillow. But let me show you what mine looks like. Let me grab that little board again. Here it is. So cute. This is a piece of 32 count Dove by Color and Cotton, And the colors I'm using on this are Winterberry, which is my red. My pink is Taffy. And this is kind of a gray blue, and it is called Pistachio. So I think all three of them together look really pretty. And I think it's gonna be really nice on this fabric as well. So that is what I'm working on right now. And you know what, let me go grab the others and I'll show them to you right here too. So I grabbed a few of the ones I've had. And I've shown some of these in previous videos, but, and I don't have the chart name on all of them, so you'll just have to bear with me here. Let me tell you where I got this inspiration first. Kathy from Hands On Design, every end of January, beginning of February, releases a complimentary chart to commemorate her anniversary. She has done this for the last several years. You can get this complimentary design if you are subscribed to her newsletter, or if you follow her on social media. She'll usually share it in her groups there as well. Basically, like I said, it's a complimentary design that she designs for her husband as like a little anniversary gift every year. So I've stitched several of them. I have all of them printed off, but I've stitched a couple. Anyway, that gave me the idea that I wanted to do something similar. Excuse me. Now, while I'm not a designer, I do love to stitch little love pillows or little love designs and keep them in that dough bowl. So here's one. This is a Blackbird. The original on this is a bigger chart, and it has this design at the top, and I think it maybe has a sampler on it. I cannot remember, but I just decided to do this part at the top. Here we have my first initial and the last initial of my maiden name, and then my husband's initials, and then we got married in 2016. So I stitched this. This I know is, I'm pretty sure it's Ren from Picture This Plus. And I used 2 colors of color and cotton. I don't remember what they are, but if you scroll back through my Facebook or my Instagram post, sorry, not Facebook. If you scroll back through my Instagram, you'll find all the details on this. I finished this with just some blue floral on the back and some trim from Lady Dot Creates on the front. This one is not necessarily super like lovey-dovey, but it has 2 cute birds at the top. And this vase full of, I believe, irises. And again, this is a Blackbird. This is a token of appreciation. No, not token of appreciation. I'll have to think what they're called. I should know this, and I should have really written all these down, and I didn't. This was kind of an on a whim thing. I just have my initial here, and I stitched this in 2024, so I just put 2024 down the side. But because it's Blackbird and it has 2 little lovebirds on it, I keep it in the dough bowl. Again, this is another one. It's not really like love related, but it's a Blackbird and it looks cute in there. So I have this, and then I have the polka dot on the back and this kind of ballet slipper pink chenille trim on the side. I know this fabric is hay bale from Color and Cotton. And then this one is actually from Heart and Hand. And the original is stitched on like a navy blue, and the flowers are like cream and tan and brown. And it's a beautiful piece. Those colors just really were not speaking to me. So I did a recolor conversion, and it says "It Was Always You." And I stitched it on, this might be Boardwalk by Color and Cotton. But I did some pink flowers up here. And then on the side right here, I put our initials. So that stays in the bowl. This is one of Kathy's complimentary designs. It says, "With you, I am home." This fabric is something that I just dyed myself. It's actually, I think, like a Lugana, but it is kind of like a gray blue. And I did a kind of sparkle on the back. I actually stitched this a long time ago, and I need to, I mean, obviously you can see my corners are not, I need to turn that better, but I've improved since then. But I really want to add some chenille or something to this just to give it a little something extra, because it, and you can tell I also didn't fill my pillows as full as I fill them now, but you know, we do better. When we know better, we do better, right? This is not a love token, but this is one of my favorite patterns from Hands On Design. Kathy is so witty, and I love a good pun. And I had seen this, I believe this was part of the of a sampler box, maybe from, oh gosh, I should have been more prepared. Maybe Black Needle Society? Anyway, it says, I love you a waffle lot. God, I love puns. I do. They're so funny to me. Anyway, I stitched this with Color and Cotton several years ago, and I did not stitch the design on the back. So the other part of the chart, let me show it to you. I'm pretty sure I have it right here. Yes. Okay. The other part of the chart has this kind of like waffle grid on the back. And okay, so right here you can see the front and the back. I decided not to stitch the back part of this. And instead I just did a red kind of gingham. So anyway, love that. So I'm really looking forward to having this done so I can add it to the bowl this year. And like I said, Kathy's releasing her new design next week. So make sure you are following her so you can see that and download it yourself. Okay, so I'm working on that. I cleaned up my craft room today, and I'll be honest, I feel like I just have stuff everywhere. I got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. I actually unkitted quite a bit too. I had a bunch of pieces that I just had sitting in project bags, and I really looked at it and I was like, will I stitch this? Will I finish this? And if the answer was no, out it went. I have this whole thing of floss. This is like a 12 by 12 kind of like photo box. I have this all, I will probably stitch some of that. But this is all just stuff that I have, floss on rings that I need to put away, all sorts of stuff. So if I don't think I'm going to stitch it, then it is going back in the drawers. So that's been fun. Okay, let's see. Now, I love doing smalls exchanges, and one of the things that I love most about smalls exchanges is there's something special to me about stitching something for somebody else. So last year I hosted 2 smalls exchanges publicly. Let me rephrase that. I do like to do some smalls exchanges with just some like really close friends. But one of them I did was a Blackbird Design smalls exchange, and then another one I did in the end of summer, beginning of fall, was a Brenda Gervais smalls exchange. And I'm going to be hosting another Blackbird Design smalls exchange, and signups for that open tomorrow, which is January 27th. It'll open at 8 a.m. I am limiting it to 25 people in the US only. I did make a post on my Instagram, which is at Mrs. Jones Stitches, yesterday with all the information. And let me pull the post up and we'll just kind of talk about this a little bit. So you can find all the information right here. I have it pinned at the top of my Instagram. So the theme is going to be Blackbird Designs, and it's any chart that has a flower in it. Now, most of her charts have flowers, so you can really pick almost anything you want. Somebody had asked me, can you use a piece of a chart? Yes, you can. So let me show you an example. This chart right here, this is Rosy Morning. So let's say you love this chart, but you only want to stitch this motif right here, this kind of vase or urn with the flowers. You can. You can stitch this, turn it into a pincushion. You could stitch, this part right here if you want. Maybe you stitch the bird and the urn and the other bird right here and the rest of the alphabet. Whatever you want to do is totally fine. It just has to have a flower in it. So with that being said, make sure there's a flower in your piece if you sign up to participate. I am limiting it to 25 people. Anything more than that, it honestly just gets a little out of control. I did one and it had 40 people, and that was really a lot. The deadline to mail your piece is March 7th. Your piece must be fully finished. What does that mean? Flat fold, a pillow, a pin cushion, a stand-up, a drum, a mattress finish, a biscornu, frame it in a hoop, frame it in a frame, but it needs to be fully finished. You must be active on Instagram. I will provide your partner with your Instagram username, and what they can do is they can look at your Instagram and they can kind of see your stitching style. Whether you like bright colors, whether you kind of do more prim, whether you like to stitch on linen or Aida, it will give them a chance to kind of get to know you. This is a mystery stitch along, so you're not going to know who is stitching for you. So I've seen people before say, if you're stitching for me, I hate the color purple. That would be good to know. Now, I don't want it to get like too in the weeds. Like, I don't like the color purple. I hate, this and this and this, because I want this to be fun. I don't want it to be super limiting or super restrictive, but something like that would be beneficial to know. What else? Please make sure if you sign up that you are committing to the swap. In my previous video, I talked a little bit about people who sign up for swaps and then don't follow through, and it is heartbreaking. I love hosting swaps, but in a previous swap, somebody did not follow through, and then that recipient essentially gets nothing, and I hate that. So then at the last minute, I don't want somebody to get nothing. So I'm scrambling, trying to put, a piece together and then some little goodies to send to, and it just gets really overwhelming. And I don't forget that. So if you flake out, then you will not be able to participate again. And I hate being like that, because I know things come up in life. Life gets busy. But the minute you know that you're not able to continue on, I need to know about it, and I wasn't notified. So with that being said, please make sure if you sign up that you know that you'll be able to participate fully with that. You will be asked to provide your initials and your birth year. Now, a lot of Blackbird pieces have the option to be personalized. So for example, if we're going to stitch something like this, I would want to know, and you'll know your person's initials because you're going to know their name, but that way you're able to, put in their initials. I just put 2024 right here, but somebody might want to change it to 1984 or whatever. So make sure that you are comfortable providing that. Obviously, like I said, your partner's going to know your name. You don't have to give them your full birthday or anything like that. Maybe just like your birth year would be fine if they choose to personalize it. Please also include anything about like your favorite treats, favorite colors, etc. While it's not required that you send additional things with your stitch piece, many people like to include extras. Like I said, whether it's a needle minder, a pair of scissors, some floss, things like that. Like I said, not required, but I know that a lot of people do that. You can stitch any pattern from any Blackbird Designs booklet or chart. This does include both in-print and out-of-print exclusives. In-print and out-of-print charts, exclusive magazine charts, etc. As long as the chart has a flower, it is good to go. Now, it will be up to the individual stitcher to determine what their interpretation of a small is. My interpretation of a small is 6 by 6 and under. Like this, although this is not Blackbird Design, I would still consider this a small. And this is 5 by 5. Stitched up. So like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a drum, a biscornu, a flat fold, just something that's small. It doesn't have to be a big framed piece. So I'm not setting a size restriction or size limit. If you want to stitch something 8 by 8 and you want to call it a small, you can send that, but just know that something you get back might be 2 by 2 or 3 by 3. I want you to have the creative freedom to stitch what you want to stitch for your small. I do also, this is awkward, I hate saying this, I participate in these exchanges as well, and I always feel weird whenever I do the assignments. I actually put everybody's name in like a bowl, and I just pull out, and I'm like, okay, this person here is stitching for this person. I always feel weird pulling somebody and being like, oh, you're stitching for me. So if you would like to volunteer to draw my name, please let me know. like I said, I feel weird assigning somebody and being like, oh, you're going to draw my name. Because some people are like, oh gosh, I don't want to stitch for her. But if you wouldn't mind volunteering, that would be great, because like I said, I love to participate in these as well. So, but I always feel weird making that assignment and sending that out. After I have a finalized list of participants, I will reach out to you with the person that you're stitching for, along with their providing their address and their favorite color, likes, things like that. It may take a few days for me to get all that done. It is a big process putting this all together. My goal is to have your person you're stitching for to you by the 31st, which is next Friday, or this coming Friday, I guess. Please feel free to leave any comments on this video. You can message me on Instagram, or you can comment on the post on Instagram that looks just like this. Oh, there we go. And leave comments and questions there, and I will do my best to answer them. I have created a form. It will go live tomorrow at 8 a.m. Central Time, and I hope you can participate. Okay, so what else? Let me show you. I do have one FFO. I picked it up I didn't pick it up last week. Maybe it was the week before last. This is Noel from Blackbird Designs. This was part of the Kitten Stitcher Advent, and I just got this back. I stitched this up. This was day 1, and I went straight to work on it. I was done by December 8th or 9th, and I actually took it to Hobby Lobby. I picked this frame because I loved it. I chose this fillet, and I picked it up on December 22nd or 23rd, and the frame was too small. They had not measured it accurately, and these last row of berries on the sides and bottom were all cut off. And I did everything I could to be so nice about it. I was really disappointed because I really wanted to have this home for Christmas so I could have it out. But the only way I can describe it as is the Holy Spirit came over me. And I was like, it's fine. I'm not upset, but we need to redo it. I was really worried because I'd heard that some people have not had good experiences at Hobby Lobby if their stuff isn't, framed to their satisfaction. But luckily, one thing I always do whenever I take my pieces in, they measure it, and then on the notes, I always have them add the phrase, customer would like 1/4 inch margin between the stitching and the frame. And I do that to kind of protect me. That way, I'm not the one measuring the frame. They measure the frame. But what happens is they could easily say, well, we measured the frame, but I always want a 1/4 inch margin. And that's kind of what saved me, where I didn't have to repay for the frame. So I know some people, I think Holly Neal had an issue with her framed piece at Hobby Lobby. I don't remember if she had to pay for it or how that ended up working out. But I always have that caveat that I want a 1/4 inch margin around the entire piece. That way, if they measure wrong, they can and they keep the piece with them. So that way they know that there's not a 1/4 inch margin. So anyway, but that's literally, I've had so many things framed there, and that's the only thing that's kind of gone sideways. So I still highly recommend Hobby Lobby. I'll still continue taking my things there. They reordered the frame, they remounted it, and I'm super happy. So anyway, there it is. Love it, love it. Let's see, what else do I have to talk about? I have a little bit of haul. I don't have a ton of haul. I actually ordered a whole bunch of linen from Hollis Hands and Cedar River, and I did some from the Color and Cotton shop update on last week, I guess. So I ordered a bunch of quilting fabric. And let me tell you what I use this for. Again, not a quilter, but I usually use it for the backing of my little pillows and stuff. So I don't really get very big cuts. A 1/4 yard is usually just perfect, or a fat quarter. So this is a Bonnie and Camille piece. Love that. This is, I think this is from Leela Boutique. I'm not sure. It's just kind of a gray confetti. I love these patriotic ones. This one here has flags on it. And this one is like a gingham that's red, navy blue, and kind of a lighter blue. That'll be fun for some 4th of July stuff. And then these are all Sweetwater. I have this kind of plaid, these sweet little reindeer, and this piece right here. So I don't know. I don't have plans for any of them. They were just, I'm trying to think who I ordered them from. Anyway, one of the quilting companies I follow on Instagram had posted they were having a sale. So I just made an order. I have not gotten my linen in from Color and Cotton, Hollis Hands, and Cedar River yet. So that'll probably have to be in my next video. But I did buy a lot of linen. And then my friend Hannah, she's Hannah the Stitch Fairy on Instagram. She went to Color and Cotton yesterday and FaceTimed me, and I was like, oh, I need that piece of linen. I need that piece of linen. So I feel like even though I have a lot of linen, I feel like I still gravitate towards the same colors. So there's that. Is that it? No. Let me show you a couple other, I was going to go through some Valentine charts. Valentine's is one of those holidays that I don't have a whole lot of stuff stitched for. I do have a couple primrose pieces, and I have the Big Hearted Tiny Town. I haven't really put out a lot of Valentine decor yet, aside from this like garland right here. But I do have some other Valentine charts, and they're real small, so I'd really like to maybe get something else done this year. But I ended up just pulling a small little stack of some of my favorite Valentine charts. I thought we'd talk about those today. So I love the Heart and Hand Valentines. They are so classic. So I have this one here. That would be a really cute one for the dough bowl. And then maybe instead of doing the letters in like a brown, maybe do them in a different color, but have an H for my initial and an L for my husband's name, maybe stitch in a different color. That'd be kind of fun. And then right here on the corner, you can see there's an L-O-V-E. You could also keep that, pretend it's not an L, and then stitch your like year, like your anniversary year or something there. Mary Making Mini Floral Heart. And this actually comes with some beads as well. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I showed the chart. Whoops, sorry. Anyway, the 2018 Collector's Heart. There's two designs here. You have this kind of mosaic heart, and this one says, all of me loves all of you. And this one also comes with a bead and like a clay button. This is super popular last year. This is the Valentine's Day Quaker. Love that. I've seen a lot of people stitch this in different colorways as well. The 2024 Collector's Heart. That one's really fun. And it comes with the linen and this little butterfly charm. I want to stitch this one. This one may be one that I try to start this year. So cute. And it says, you are loved. This is from Stitching with the Housewives, and I actually stitched all of these, and I'll take a picture and post it here at maybe at the beginning of the video, or if I can figure out how to get it right here, I will too. But I took all these roundabouts and I strung them on a garland, and it's hanging on my mantle right now. So this one says Our Love Story. Then we have Be My Valentine. This one says, Be Mine. And this one says, Bless Your Heart. This one here is really pretty. I have not stitched this, but it's Be Mine. And then I showed you Hands on Design at Waffle Lot. I love these charts, and I don't see a whole lot of people stitching them, but this is You, I, and Friends. Primitive Heart. I love the buttons on this. This is Bent Creek's Romance. Really fun. Another Stitching with the Housewives, Delivering Roses. I love the linen they did for this. This is Rit Dyed with Evening Blue, Monaco. And then I love this one, Little Pink Houses. And that's what it looks like. Super cute. So those are just a few of my favorite Valentine pieces. Like I said, I just love the heart and hand Valentines. They are super cute. They stitch up really quickly too. Okay, so let me tell you about the giveaway we have today. This is really special. So many of you know my mom makes project bags, and she sells them on her, she has like I think it's like through Big Cartel or something. But anyway, she has an Instagram, and she is Julie Just Sews, and she makes me all sorts of really pretty project bags, and I usually show them all on my channel. So she has generously given me a bag to give away to you. So this is a bag. It says love on it, and it kind of has these like watercolor flowers on them. These bags are my favorite. I have a lot of vinyl front project bags, but for a long time I did a lot of stitching in the car while I was waiting for the older kids to get out of school. And when I always felt like whenever I had them laying in the seat, the vinyl would get a little warm. It didn't necessarily get warped or anything, but I just really prefer the all fabric bags. So anyway, she has graciously donated this bag for me to give away today. In order to win this bag, make sure you follow me. Make sure you follow her on Instagram too. Like I said, she is Julie Just Sews, and I will link her down below. And I'll also post a link to her shop. Now, she does a shop update usually once or twice a month and sells project bags, project folders, things like that. Let me show you a couple other things she's made for me. She made me this Hemingway bag. This is what I keep my iPad in, and I love this. This aqua with these really pretty big flowers and then the red polka dot. She has made me, this is one of the ones I got for Christmas, this project folder. And then on the inside, I actually have a piece in here, but on the inside, there's 2 pockets, so you can stash your chart in there. This zipper piece right here. She has a little spot for needles or thread, and then there's pockets in here as well. So her stuff is really nice. It's very well made. I believe in her last shop update, she sold out really quickly. So anyway, I would love to be able to give this bag to you. So anyway, make sure if you would like to win that you leave a comment below. Use the word love. That'll be an easy one because you can put I love Valentines or whatever. I love project bags. Anyway, make sure you use the word love in your comment. Make sure you are subscribed to my video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and that you follow her on Instagram as well. And I will give this bag away in our next video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit me up if you are interested in the Smalls Exchange. Like I said, the sign up for that is tomorrow. But don't worry if you aren't able to make that. There will be another one probably later in the spring too. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy stitching, and we will see you next time. Bye.